Hey, it's Chris Fire.
Chris Bowling, how are you, buddy?
Good. How are you, sir?
First week back from the nice little time off.
Yes, it's good to be back in the office, getting a little recording done.
That's right.
We got to make sure we do this. We got to share the insight.
Yes. 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 So, what are we talking about today?
Wanted to talk about a topic we've brought up before, but it's kind of our focus of what we're trying to do for our clients. We say we help employers build and maintain high performing benefit plans, and that's a good term, but like I wanted to get into what that actually means when we
Right.
say that.
Yeah,
We've got clients on all parts of that spectrum. Some are improving every year. Some are okay with where they're at, and we're just continuing to maintain. But I would say the top performing benefit plans are doing things that are unique. And as we're adding new clients, we're trying to get them to this state as well. So when you think about our top performing plans, the first thing that comes to mind for me is that they're proactive. You
yes.
know, I think you and I we talk about that a lot. We're not just discussing their benefit plan at renewal, and we're trying to find ways to strategize multiple years out. But when you hear it proactive, what are you seeing from our top plans right now?
I've got mixed feelings
Okay.
because I think our job is to make sure that we are introducing what we see our highest performing companies do to our other clients. And like you
Yeah.
said, some of them, business is just too busy. They have things that are a higher priority. But I think our job, Chris, is just to make sure that we are keeping up with what is moving that needle.
Yeah.
And our job, at minimum quarterly, is to bring those up and say, hey, we're seeing this, we're seeing that. So I guess I would say I love to focus on the data because I think the data tells us where are they not performing the best, because
Yeah.
then we can show them and say, if we were to do X, we believe that your claims would drop by Y, and that's going to have an impact on your reinsurance, on your claims. So that was a very long, long answer, but I would say data at least helps us put it in front of a client and say, this is what we're seeing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would agree that the pace of their business is more important sometimes than the benefit strategy because that's the nature of the business. We are a piece of that. But yes, I think it's just introducing those ideas and then introducing the different financial tools that they can use to not only improve their costs, but try to make the benefits better for their employees. And you and I are constantly finding new things. We've had a couple of meetings this week with some providers of new technology, and it's like, wow, this is really cool. How do we find the right client for this, and how do we introduce this concept? Because here's what we believe it can do, and there's new stuff all the time. I don't think any of our clients have seen everything that they could possibly do because it continues to innovate.
What do you hear from our clients when you're talking to them? What do you think? I mean, next to being proactive, what's kind of the next big thing besides data that you look for?
I think mapping out a year at a time of what we're going to do when, whether that's compliance tasks that we're going to complete, or it's financial reports we're going to review, it's education sessions we're going to do. Being able to look at that year as a snapshot and say, here's when it fits well for our organization. You and I work with a lot of nonprofits. It's not the best time to meet and get ideas going for the 1st of July because they're in the midst of their end of their fiscal year. So we have to think outside of that. Other employers, they're renewing for a calendar year, but that might be their busy season. So we have to work on education outside of that time frame. But I think having a good working calendar that all members of the team are accountable for is really helping them improve their performance.
It's a good point. I'd say by the end of this month, I bet we'll have more than 50% of our clients that renewed on 1/1 will already have mapped out a plan for 2023.
Yeah.
Because we got to start thinking about 2024. My gosh, even it's only the middle of February, but we're going to blink. It's going to be summer. We're going to blink again, and then we're going to be in renewal season. So I think that's what's always impressed me of how proactive you are, is you do not let that calendar go dormant.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it there. For good or bad, I will keep the calendar full. That's sure. The other thing that I'm thinking is the top performing plans. We've got an HR team that has found ways to be efficient so they can still focus on their employees and get some of the administrative tasks out of the way. But also the financial team, the HR team, the leadership team, as we would look at it, are collaborating on these ideas. It's not just one department making all of the decisions. We're trying to get input from multiple positions, multiple roles, because everyone has a different perspective on what it means to be successful in their benefit strategy.
Yeah. I'd say my last comment, we just saw the email today. If you are a employer and you're reluctant on moving away from paper and going electronic, and you firmly believe that your employees will not be able to do it,
yeah,
we just had another proof they can. It's the matter of educating before, right? Letting them know, hey, this is not going to be that difficult. Yeah. And you have support. They're using our support hotlines to be able to, if they get caught. But I thought it was interesting. We had like 3 calls out of 100 and some odd people go through that got stuck. So don't be scared of moving away from paper. I know most of our clients have, but there's still
there's still quite a few employers that are not using benefits administration, and I think that's just a simple way to take away some of that workload from the HR and benefits team and let them focus on some more important things.
Yeah, good stuff.
I would say my last one is probably compliance. I think, that I'd say that the last few years, so many things have changed from a health and welfare compliance standpoint, and the top performing plans, we put in a compliance calendar and a strategy for how they're going to keep up with change. So when change happens, they know they're prepared, or they don't need to worry about it because we've already discussed it, or we've already put a strategy in place. I think that's an area too that even our current clients, we're doing some compliance tune-ups here this quarter because so many things have changed, and they've got new leadership, or they've got new divisions that are in a different state in the country that have a new regulation. So it's, I think, keeping a handle on how compliance impacts each of our clients helps them be better prepared, and again, another hallmark of high performance.
Yeah, well said. It's a topic that haunts us as well.
Yes, because we're responsible to make sure that we get.
Wow. Yeah,
I know.
We learn one thing and then they come out with a new thing, or they tweak the old thing.
Yes, it's definitely a learning environment. But again, as we talk through that, first quarter is a great time to start planning. Even though we just finished renewal for so many clients, let's figure out what we want to do. How do we move that performance just a little bit further to high performing, make one more step forward, and continue to impact our clients? Well done, CB. Absolutely, sir. Good to talk with you. All right, we'll see you. Bye-bye.